This is the Tint OS Basic tutorial, take 2. Now, Tint OS is an app. It's a sandbox online environment where you can create whatever you want, whatever you can dream up, and then share it with people, share it online, save it for yourself, whatever you want to do with it. Now, really quick, just to make things easy, I'm going to go ahead and clear a screen and get rid of this all. So I'm going to go to Menu, Options, Clear Screen. If you want it back, you can click that button at the bottom, but now it's gone and you can't get it back. No, there are ways of getting it back. Either way, so now there's a lot of things that go into this. I'm going to go over the basic overview of what's in front of you. On the bottom left, you have the mode. Now this decides what happens when you select stuff with your touch, with your click. So when you have it to select, that's basic. Just move stuff around, resize it. Edit lets you edit the things inside it. Copy it. Delete it. Locking and unlocking will keep it from being able to be moved by select. And attach is if you want to attach something to something else. So you go ahead and highlight it with attach, and then once it's all done, you go back to select, you pick where you want it to go, and everything that was highlighted with attach goes right there. Okay, now moving over, the F, the function symbol, is voice functionality. Now there is a tutorial that teaches you about the commands that it accepts, but you could do pretty much anything you want from there. You can change the color of objects, you can set different things, you can make it write inside, you can make it read things out loud. Go ahead and look through the tutorial for that if you're interested. Now I'm going to skip over the for all symbol, which is the upside down A, that's for all apps. I'm going to get to that in a second. For all apps, that's all the apps. But let's move over to menu. Now menu carries most of the stuff that you're really going to need to develop something real nice in here. Now it gives you the ability to select, it gives you the actions just like that mode button does, except the actions are done on things that are selected. You don't just touch them and it happens. Everything that's selected, you go into actions, you hit delete, it's gone. Make, script, style, load, and save, and options. And options has a lot of different things in there, and even in options there's tools which have even more stuff in here. So a lot of this stuff I'll go over in future talks and explain more about what this all does. Now really quick, I want to go over to the for all symbol again for apps. Now these are important because this is what really sets Tint OS apart from other apps. Now Book through Synth is custom applications that I've created for the app. And there's plenty more on the way, and all these apps are going to get major updates in the future. There's a lot of things I've planned. There's a lot of things that easily can get into the plans. But I do need your help to help direct this app to where you want it to be. The public is really in charge of where this goes in the future. I might have the final say, but I am listening to what people say. Now at the bottom you have the last four: camera, microphone, template, and embed. Camera and microphone are simple. It just takes your camera and your microphone feed, uses them for whatever you want to do. Template uses template tags, just a spot where you store data in a web page that doesn't get rendered, doesn't get used in the memory the same way. It stays sort of dormant until you release it from the template. And then there's embed. Embed, if you don't know what that is, most other websites, even like a video that you find online, you can look up the embed code. That's just raw HTML code. You throw it in there and it appears in the app. Then you can save it on there. That's just fine. Now, book through synth. The book is a book. You store stuff in pages. You can store 100 pages, make them different pictures, videos. Maybe you want to write some text in there and then save the book. Then you can share that book with friends, send it to people, hold on to it, post it online, and it could be your own personal little collection of things you want. Now bookmarks just open up a browser, just open up web pages, but it can also open up web pages in a different tab outside of the app, and there's a lot of options in there to do a lot of other things. Definitely look into it. The brain is high level. That uses Google's TensorFlow library to create a user interface to help model neural network algorithms. We'll go more into that later. The browser, like I said, just opens up web pages, and it has a few other tools that help you do a lot of things that you would want to do with data that you're pulling up there. Capture lets you capture the video of your face, video of whatever you want the feed to be, and then manipulate it, filter it, do stuff like that, and there's a lot of other options in there. Chat is video chat. It's a way to talk to other people. It's a way, to share files, to get connected, and it's a person-to-person communication. To make things easy, I have a relay server that creates the connection, but after the connection's made, the data is wiped, and you two are connected, and you're the only ones with that data. That's barring any person in the middle, man in the middle attacks. Essentially, that's what your ISP can do. You can't get around that. Console, database, game. Console is for computer programmers. It's a way to debug the code. It's a way to look up the file system inside the application. Well, to look up the page and all the information related to it, the object, the window, and everything listed inside that object. Database, that's a way of looking up the IndexedDB database to create, to manipulate, to do things like that. Game, create games. You may have noticed in the beginning when I was bouncing that ball around, that's a game. And those 2 videos in there were supposed to play, but this is a development app. Remote, just controlling anything, any media that you have out there. Now right above that, there's media, paint, and profile. Media allows you to look at videos, listen to audio, look at pictures, and you can look at as many as you want at once. I mean, some of you might find a reason why you want to see 4 photos at once. Maybe you want to watch 4 videos at once. And yeah, go ahead and try that out. And then there's Paint, which is basically a paint app. It seems simplistic, but once you get more into it, you start to realize that there's a lot in depth with it, and there's a lot more coming to it. It was actually the first application I created inside this app, and it's had the longest run and a lot of good features put into it. Now the profile keeps track. Let me click on that one so I can explain easier. The profile in the future will hold your user profile once this website has gotten enough users that that's an applicable I can't even say it, applicable suggestion. Now the title controls what it says the page is. When you change the title in an internet browser, that's basically what the tab's going to say at the top. Now the script, the style, that controls the functionality and the way the page looks. The template, just like I said earlier, is going to store data, which you can get out real easy. Now with script, if anybody knows JavaScript, that's where you write it. Anytime that this is loaded, it'll load that script, and it'll also make it a lot easier to run separate applications within this. When it comes to creating your own application within Tint OS, all you pretty much do is you open up something like a game or a room or one of the other apps, and then you stick like a profile in there, you throw some pictures in there, you set it up the way you want, and then you can easily save that and turn it into a website. We'll go more into that later. And the style will control the way the page looks. And I have some stuff preset in there so it's easy to work with. You can go in there, look through it, and be like, oh, maybe if I put red at background here, maybe the entire background's on red. It will. And then there's a few other things that in there that it takes time to learn. CSS, Cascade Styling Sheets, is easy to learn. It's a simple concept, but there's a lot to the library. If you want to have nice, beautiful effects with 3D effects, you got to take a little time to look into any paperwork you can find online describing that, any education towards that. So going back, let me go ahead and get rid of this. Actions, delete. So after profile, you had the remote, which I just explained. Scene and studio, which typically go together. Studio is a way of recording videos. You want to make a record yourself talking about a video found online or anything you recorded. You want to put your face online. Given that you're not breaking copyright laws, if you want to make a video with stuff that you have at your disposal, you want to make it complex, you can use Studio and Scene to do it quite a bit. The Scene app basically lets you manipulate how things react. You can pick where you want it to go, how you want it to look, at which time. So you could be like at 5 seconds, I want it over here, I want it to turn 3D a little bit to the left, and so on and so forth. And you can do that. And you can set up some pretty cool stuff with that. Now the last one's synth. I'm not going to go in that too much. Basically, it's a music synthesizer. And it still needs a little more work to get up to where other music synthesizers are. But that's sort of why I left it at this point, because I need your help to help direct it in the way that you would want it to be. That's where you come in. I mean, we need the community to help us write this app. Now, we've written so much, and we have dreams, and we have visions. We know where we want to go with all this stuff. But it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as, oh, this is the way I want my app, this is the way it's going to look, you're going to like it. It's not the way it was. It's not the way it is. You want to give the public something and then ask them, how would this make your life better? What improvements would you like out of this? And that's how that's how any product goes forward, any service goes forward and becomes better. Now, the only button I didn't talk about on here is that full screen button at the top. That full screen button, anytime you press it, it's going to full screen. If you don't have anything selected, the app is going to be full screen. If anything's selected, that's what will be full screen. So if you're doing the Paint app and you want the Paint app full screen, just select it, hit the full screen button, and boom, it takes up the entire page. Inside the profile style, you can actually pick the background when it is full screened. Just take a look in there, see if you can figure it out. Now this is a basic tutorial of Tint OS by tintstech.com. And if you have any questions, if you have any ideas, if you have anything you want to say, if you like this video, or maybe you like me talking, maybe you want me to talk about other stuff, just go ahead and let me know. Because I work really hard, we work really hard, and we need the public to help us move forward. If the public doesn't help us move forward, you're going to see this app disappear one day. And it would be a shame for everybody if it did. We are dedicated to your privacy, we are dedicated to your ability and your consistency with what you're doing. So if in any way you think that this can help you, maybe there's ways it can help you more, maybe there's things that you don't like about it, just let us know. It's easy. Just use your voice. I'm not going to get mad at you. Completely understand anything you say. So this is Tint signing off. Hopefully this helped you a little bit with tintstech.com, especially using Tint OS. Have a good day.